excited, guys. I love this look. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be testing a bunch of new makeup for you guys. Some of it is from a long time ago that I just bought and never tried. And some of it is more recent purchases that I've made and I really wanted to try it out, but I wanted to try it out on camera so I can give you guys like my first reaction or my first thought. So yeah, if you guys want to see my thoughts on all these products and see what I used to create this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so I have my brows on because I don't have a new product for my eyebrows. So I'm gonna start with foundation. No, sorry, I'm gonna start with primer. So I'm gonna use this No Poreblem primer. It's by Touche and Soul, I believe. Yeah. And it's like a different consistency than the Benefit Professional, so it's kind of similar to Fenty, like the Fenty primer. So I am taking a little bit more because I didn't really see any difference in the pores. But again, like I'm not really seeing a difference. It did, however, like really smooth out my skin and moisturize it, so I don't know, we're just gonna move on to the next step. Okay, so I have a sample of the YSL Touche Eclat foundation and it's in the shade BD50. I'm gonna apply this to my skin. I've been using like matte foundations for quite a while now, so I really wanted to go back and try like a dewy, like light coverage foundation. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more just to like get a little bit more coverage. So I'm just gonna take like very little and just blend it down. Like you guys see the difference. Like this foundation literally looks pink on my neck. Guys, this foundation is beautiful. Like it's definitely not full coverage, but like it still has a very like flawless finish. As for the primer, like although it didn't fill in my pores, it did really like smooth out my skin and create like a really clean base for the foundation to glide on. But I feel like it's very similar to the Fenty, so I don't know, like if you have the Fenty primer, I don't know if this is like a requirement for you, but if you don't have the Fenty primer and you're looking for a dupe, then I think that this would be a good one, just because I think this is a lot cheaper. I think this was only like 19 bucks or something, so it's a good option. So I did have a new concealer to try, but I decided to save that for another time, and I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape only because I'm using a powder today and I'm really excited to try that powder, and I don't want to judge the powder based off of a concealer that I haven't tried. With this Tarte Shape Tape, I know it works for my skin, so I'll be able to like judge the powder better. Okay, so the powder that I was super excited to try was actually featured in another one of my Sephora hauls. It's actually the Becca Hydra Mist powder. So I had mentioned this as like that powder that is water based, so it's really good for dry skin. So it has like a nice sifter, so the powder sits on top. I don't want to like go crazy and set my makeup with this because I am going for like a somewhat natural glam look today. Take my setting brush and I'm just going to pick up some of that powder. Okay, so now I get what everybody was talking about. This feels cold and wet when you put it on. Like it doesn't feel soaking wet, but it feels like powder mixed with water under your eyes. It's like setting beautifully. Oh my god. I'm like kind of shook right now because this actually feels really good under the eyes. Like after you just pile on makeup and have this like cooling, like refreshing sort of feeling. Oh my god. It feels so wet around my mouth. This is so cool. And not only is the experience of putting this powder on so nice, but it literally makes your skin look like flawless. Okay, so we'll give our face a break now and we'll just jump into the eyes. I actually picked up this Makeup Revolution palette. It's the Selfie palette. And this is actually a pretty affordable palette. I think it's only like $8. And it has like a pretty range of colors. The only concern right off the bat, like as my first impression when I'm looking at this palette, is that there's only 3 matte shades and only one of those shades is a transition shade. So I'm going to start with that transition shade, which is that like brownish color. And I'm just going to work it into my crease. Okay, so the eyeshadow is pigmented and it's blending pretty nicely, like the matte shade. It's kind of like looking like a dupe for the Naked palette so far, like in terms of the colors here. And in terms of how this color looks, like it's kind of comparable to Buck from the Naked palette. So next what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this cream shade. Just going to apply it on my brow bone. Okay, so this actually isn't even a matte shade. It's like a satin shade. Now that I said it, this actually is like kind of copying the Naked palette, but I guess that's what this brand does in general, right? They just kind of like copy like high-end makeup and make it for a more affordable price. So next I'm going to take this bronze shade, the last shade right there, and I'm going to just take it on my finger. It looks like super pretty. I'm just going to pack it on. It's like a bronze base, like a very neutral bronze, and then it has like flecks of glitter and sparkle. So it did come with names, it just kind of fell out the plastic and I forgot about it. So I used Chalk Fix in my crease, I used Check Us In on my brow bone, and I used How Many Likes all over my lid. And now I'm going to go in with the shade Love, which is this like little mauve shade here. And I'm just going to tap it in the center of the eyelid just to give it like a little bit of a highlight. Now I'm going to take the shade Ox, like awkward, and I'm just going to put it on my inner corner just for a little bit of like brightness. Alright, so I used about half the shades in this palette and I gotta say, like, I'm super impressed. They have lots of pigment, no fallout, and they're super blendable. So we are going to finish off our face now, and I do have a couple of items from the Inglot X JLo collection. Super excited about this collection because obviously like JLo always has really nice makeup, and Inglot in itself is a really good brand. I feel like it's really underrated and not a lot of people talk about it, but they have really good quality products. I found it to be like a little pricey though, especially because they don't come in any packaging. So I got the Jennifer Lopez Boogie Down bronzing powder, and this is in J211 Sunkissed. So it's like a nice warm tone color. And then I got both of her highlighters, the HD highlighter trios. So J141 Gold Dust and J143 Silver Dust. I swatched both of these and I absolutely loved them. So that is Silver Dust. So I love how it has like 3 colors in it. You could use one of the 3 or you could use it all together. And then this is the highlighter in Gold Dust. So as much as I wanted to use this one, the way the whole look went today, I have to use Silver Dust. It's just going to look a lot better with this look. So I'm actually going to like combine all 3 of these colors. So 1, 2, like just mix it up. It doesn't look as crazy in real life, but in terms of like photography, it actually just looks so wet and so beautiful. Yeah, it's so pretty. And then let's go into the bronzer. Okay, I'm going to take this brush. It's like fluffy, but it also is like controlled. So I'm going to go into the bronzer. Just warm up my face. God, that is a beautiful bronzer. It just like, these products just glide on your skin so nicely. And they don't look powdery. Like, I feel like even if I'm like packing this on, like putting a lot on my brush and just going in with it, I feel like it's just sort of like giving such a smooth finish. Do you guys see like how fast that bronzed up my neck and my chest? I am gonna say though, like these products I feel like are a true representation of Jennifer Lopez. the way her makeup looks and how bronzy and glowy it is, I feel like these products are giving me like the exact same vibes. Like, I love how it just like sculpted my skin but also gave it like a tan. Like, you know, just came back from a vacay or something. I'm really excited, guys. I love this look. Okay, now we're just gonna move on to the lips. That's all that's. So I'm gonna try this Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink liquid lipstick. It's in the shade 55 Driver. So I'm gonna take this because it's a nice nude. I'm just gonna go over. Okay, so this lipstick is really light, but I kind of like it, like with the look. I don't know, I'm gonna wait for it to dry down. So, first thoughts on using this lipstick. The applicator was a little like stiff, like it was kind of hard. Like I felt like when I'm trying to maneuver the applicator to get that like perfect application, like I couldn't really do that. I love the color. The formula seems good. I don't think it's like super matte or anything. It's kind of more of like a creamy finish. Maybe it just takes a little bit more time to dry down. In terms of coverage, I did have to dip back into this quite a few times to cover my lips. Now I know I have like bigger lips in general, but I feel like, see, even now, like I feel like I need one more layer. But like 4,000 layers later, looks pretty good. Alright guys, so I think I'm done my makeup. I have everything on and I'm not missing anything. But yeah, if you guys are going to take away anything from today's look, it would definitely be the JLo collection stuff and this powder. This powder is really, really good. Alright, I think that's all for today. So as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys next time. Bye!